Hello everyone, Radical here, and today I want to talk about the new PTB that has released yesterday. Mostly the big YouTubers are talking about the new content, the new killer, the new survivors, their perks, their abilities, and etc. etc. But what I have noticed is that nobody is talking about the new 2v8 updates, the new changes, and to be honest, in my opinion, it's a slop to be straightforward. It's literally a slop, and that is quite questionable. That uh, what have they been thinking to to come up with such a uh, disaster? And allow me to start with the new survivor with the changes for survivors, especially they have introduced a new class, Torchbearer, and this class is basically a free giveaway for bully squads or in general bullies because God forbids if you face a SWEF or a bully squad in 2v8, no matter if you have two killers or I don't know 10 killers, they are just going to make your gameplay miserable. So allow me to start with this class, this new class. It starts with a flashlight of uncommon rarity. Class skill charges over 60 seconds, grants a flash grenade when fully charged. I mean, they are giving them free flashbang at this rate, from my understanding and perspective. Behaves like an ability, does not take up any item slot. So it's like, it's like medic. When they use their ability, there is this aura around them, a circular aura around them, and they heal or progress once or whoever in the areas healing, and it's pretty scary to be honest. I'm a killer main, obviously, and I'm trying to be not as biased as possible, but this really something that no one asked for because survivors already had chests they could search for an item, and here they are. They just give them a new class, and I'll get to it eventually. That what they give to to killers in return. Let's continue. Behaves like an ability, does not take up any item slot. So not only they have their flash grenade, they also have their flashlight in their hand, and after only 60 seconds. And uh, let's just remember that uh, most of the matches I have played in the previous 2v8, the first two gens were gone, were repaired in the first 60 seconds because two or more survivors, usually three, sit on one generator or two generators to the total of six survivors, and they immediately fix two gens. It means that you start the trial with only six generators, not eight generators. It has a cooldown of 60 seconds. I mean, God bless you, you did a pretty good job. Press the active ability button 2 to activate the flash grenade. I mean, come on, dude. Not only that, they also give more skills, give more traits to the survivors. Let's read it. Survivors in chase have their aura revealed to you within 32 meters. Basically, they have Bond as a free perk on their character. It makes the saves way more easier. Way more easier. Okay, I mean, at this point, they just didn't give them, give them something like, I don't know, background player. Okay, that's pretty bad. And imagine you have uh, you're a SWEF and you are with your two or three friends, and one of you run escapist, or I don't know, or a scout, something that gives you a speed. Okay, you two can run. I mean, imagine that escapist activate its ability, and you both run towards the downed survivor, and either you flashbang the killer and save your friend or save the survivor, or you drop the pallet on the head of the killer. And I mean, come on. Now, the other ability is quite interesting. Point a flashlight at a killer for 0.5 seconds to reveal them for 2 seconds. I'm not sure about this one, but maybe it revealed the killers for all the survivors. And let's not forget that we already had scouts in the among the classes, and they also give this weird ability to everyone. So basically, if you have 3 or 2 players that are good at chases, and if they take this class, I mean, it's over. Everyone has the aura of the killer most of the time. And not only that, let's hear this. Unlockable skill. So after a survivor gets hooked for one time, okay, they also unlock a new skill, and the skill here is pretty bad, to be honest. Grants endurance to survivors who you pick up from the dying state. So it's basically, if I remember correctly, it's made for this from Gabriel. So you have endurance, or no, I'm sorry, I'm mistaken with We're Gonna Live Forever. So you have We're Gonna Live Forever, and injured survivors that unhook you gain endurance. So basically, killers cannot put pressure on the hooks. You can, if you are a torchbearer, you can easily go there and just unhook them. As simple as that. The survivor you have unhooked, the survivor is being unhooked, it has also endurance, and the other survivor also has endurance. Basically, you cannot do anything. Okay, you cannot do anything. You cannot put any pressure on them. Okay, and honestly, most of the times you're not even near the near the hooks, because you do not know where the survivors go when you hook them. Also, we have some updates for some classes. For example, for scouts, increases your walking speed by 25% and make no grunts of pain while injured. Grants immunity to screaming. Now I get to this part because it's important. So this is what they give to the survivors: a new class and an update for a scout. And this one is important. This one is very important here. So now let's see what they give to survivors to killers in return. So first of all, let's start with killer updates. So Nemesis now has 4 zombies. I mean, with that, to be honest, shitty AI you have for your NPCs, like the zombies or the Knight's Guards, I mean, if you put 100 zombies on the map, it makes no change. It has no effect. On the other hand, we have this part. Increase zombie movement speed by 35%. So not only they did not give the other add-on that increased the speed by 50%, they give this one, the weaker version. And that's all. Now Nemesis is an S tier killer. We have to nerf him again, like Pig. I mean, come on, man, that's shitty, that's bullshit. What is it gonna do? What is it gonna do? Nemesis is one of the weakest killers on 2v8 because not only it takes a lot of time to activate its full power, also it has no mobility, and the pallets, doesn't matter how many pallets it breaks with its tentacles or that whip, servers just scouts are just gonna repair them again. All right. Or just just bring if you drop a pallet and do not break it, scouts are just gonna put it back on the first place. I mean, in the first place. I mean, so what? Unless if they would add the Eerie add-on that whenever a survivor or whenever a generator got repaired, the zombies have 150% speed. That would be something. But this, it makes no change. Okay, it has no effect on the game. Besides, we have torchbearers that start the game with flashlights, so basically they can blind all the zombies at the very beginning of the game, so it has no effect. I mean, give them 35% speed or 135% speed. It has no effect on the total game. I mean, you all just keep weakening the killers over and over again, and that's pretty stupid of them, to be honest. And so, let's see the updates, and here's the real slop starts. Killer class updates. So we have 3 classes that got some updates, some changes. Let's put it this way. So break action speed increased by 25%. I believe it was as the same as the previous patch. Kicking a generator causes it to weaken and begin regressing. Okay, cool. I mean, it was always this way, isn't it? The hour of the kick generator will appear in yellow to the brute, so the other killer cannot see it in yellow. Okay. The next time a survivor interacts with the generator and repairs it past its regression point, it explodes. Cool, but it has no regression. It's not like, I don't know, some sort of eruption, some weaker version of eruption. It triggers a loud noise notification and sprays the survivor with a smoke. Okay, cool. The survivor suffers from the hinder status effect for 12 seconds. So basically, imagine I'm playing as a trapper, okay? And trapper is a pretty decent killer, weirdly, in 2v8 because uh, since it's quite chaotic, and if you have a killer like Oni or a Blight, if you make survivors to run, there is a possibility that they fall into a trap and get traps. I don't know what's the verb here. The thing is that 12 seconds is pretty low. I mean, unless you play a STR killer like Blight. I mean, you kick a generator, you dash away, and you suddenly notice, okay, there's a survivor trying to repair the generator. They have a smoke, and they only have some hindered status effect for 12 seconds. And the worst part is when this ability gets activated, for 60 seconds, for freaking 1 minute, you do not have the bonus action for breaking. For 1 minute. For what? For using your ability. So basically, if I do not kick a generator, it is way more let's say way more beneficial. And not only that, they took away the the aura revealing. We basically had nowhere to hide on the brute class. Whenever you kick a generator, the auras of survivors nearby would be revealed to you. But now they have get rid of it, and they just give this shitty ability. And not only that, they take away your bonus breaking action speed. And this shit applies to other classes too. For instance, for Fearmonger, gain 5% haste when unseen. Okay, that's cool. I would play this class with Wraith because he already has 9% speed while cloaked, and with this 5%, you would traverse around the map with around 14% speed bonus. Injuring a survivor by any means causes up to 2 survivors within 12 meters. Not only it's very conditional, because you have to have 2 survivors injured, or at least up to 2 survivors. It means that if there are 3 or more survivors injured within 12 meters, just 2 of them are going to scream, not all of them. And only in 12 meters. I mean, so what? 12 meters? I can see them within 12 meters, obviously. There is no need for, put this ability on Fearmonger. Okay, injured survivors scream, revealing their aura to your teammate for 2 seconds. Freaking 2 seconds! All it takes to, rotate my head to somewhere else, to another location, and the 2 seconds is gone. I cannot see them. And not only that, the cooldown will go to, the cooldown is the cooldown is exactly 1 minute again, and I do not have this haste again. I mean, it is already a weak ability, it's already a weak bonus, and you're just taking it away just by this shit. I mean, so what? It's bullshit. The next, we have Enforcer. Gain 3% haste when chasing an injured survivor. I mean, it's basically nothing. The 3% is nothing. Like, I mean, come on. When you hit a survivor, the survivor receives the Enforcer's mark, which is visible to both you and your teammate. Survivors with Enforcer's mark applied have their aura revealed for 1 second, only 1 second, every 8 seconds, while marked for 45 seconds. So I get to see them 5 times for 1 second. I mean, wow. Downing the survivor consumes the mark and increases the Enforcer's launch attack distance by 60% for 50 seconds. I mean, so what? 60-second cooldown where the haste bonus is not applied. So when I'm, I can use my ability anymore. I mean, I can't use this shit anymore. I mean, it's already a shitty ability, shitty bonus, but come on, man. Yes, that's the pretty miserable state of 2v8 right now, and not only that, they are actually bringing back tonics. If you remember when they added Nemesis and Wesker to 2v8, they also added these herbs, the herbs that are coming from the Resident Evil games, and those herbs had some abilities. And look how they have, and look at their impact on the different impact on survivors and killers. So, if a survivor uses this one, I cannot pronounce it, diluted tonic or tonic, whatever, a survivor restores a health state on use. So, you are telling me we have medics, and now we have this one too. And what does it give to a killer? You have haste for 10% haste for 20 seconds. I mean, okay, and so what? And that's the good one, okay? That's the tolerable one. Here we have purified tonic. It restores a hook state on use. So I'm going to go through all this nonsense, all this shit to get one survivor hooked, only for them to find a purified tonic and restore a state hook on use. I mean, thank you. I mean, great. That's pretty good. I'm going to talk more about the medic shitty state in the 2v8. Now, what does killer get? What does killer get? Grants a 10% haste bonus to both killers for 20 seconds. I mean, wow. I mean, no matter if I have 100% haste with Trapper, I'm going to get bonked by the 6 million pallets on the map. Okay, dual terror radius. It's a very interesting update here. We have updated terror radius to affect both killers in range, adjusting the audio tracks for each killer as they get closer to or further from survivors. So they just give more information to the survivors. The visual terror radius indicator from the accessibility setting has also been updated to show both killers when in range, including lullabies and regular terror radii. Okay, it's probably the plural form of radius. That's funny. Like bacterium. No, that's medium, media, whatever. Okay, now we were talking about medics. Now listen to this one. So in 1v4, if there is an injured survivor, two other survivors can simultaneously work on that survivor to patch them up. Okay, pretty cool. Now in 2v8 we have 3 survivors working on one survivor. Okay, so we have medics, we have tonics to restore health, we have tonics to restore a hook state, we have let's say we have medic, we have I forgot, I'm pretty angry right now, and now we have 3 survivors to heal one survivor. I mean, okay, what else? I mean, maybe they should add a mechanism to kill the killer instead. I mean, why not? If you get tunneled, you have this unlockable ability to kill the killer. How about that? Entity will mori the killer. I mean, why? I had matches on the previous 2v8 that, let's imagine this scenario. I was playing as a Wraith. Okay, he's already a pretty weak killer, but it's fun. Okay, it's a fun killer to play, but it's pretty weak. And I had this match on Ormond map, and there were these 2 survivors. Okay, and both of them were medics. I hit one, and that survivor got injured. Pretty cool. Now the second survivor comes in, body blocks for the injured survivor, and I have to hit the second survivor as well. Alright, pretty cool. So when I hit the second survivor, and since they are both medics, they just all it takes is to activate their powers next to each other, both of them at the same time, and they are both healed again. So all the pressure I put on the two survivors are gone in a mere second, and these abilities takes no skill, no side objectives to be activated. So I have to tear my ass up, okay, put the put the most devious mind games to injure one survivor only for the other one to body block for them, and then they just back to normal again. You know what else is funny? If I somehow manage to ignore the body blocker and hit the injured survivor again and down them, another medic comes in and they again both activate their abilities, and the injured survivors got up again. It gets up again. Gods, we don't have gods up in English, and it gets up again. So we have this without the tonic. Where is it? I lost it. Uh, and we had this situation without the tonics, without this one to have 3 survivors to heal 1 survivor, and now they not only they give us Torchbearer as a new class to basically giving bullies a free way to make the games miserable for killers. In return, they gave us 4 zombies. Wow. Now let's talk about Chucky. The only good thing that had happened here is we have Chucky as a new killer in the game, the good guy. Now, the slice and dice speed, turn speed increased by 10%, that's a pretty good thing. Increase Heidi Home mode uptime by 50%, it's a good thing as well. Now, the best thing is here. Performing a scamper under a pallet breaks it immediately. So it's the eerie add-on of the let's say Chucky, and it's pretty good actually. But we have a scout. Where is it? We have a scout. They can repair the broken pallets, and all it takes is 2 scouts to repair all the pallets again. No matter how much of a pressure you put in on the game, they're just going to repair it. And all that aside, we have Torchbearer. Where is it? We have Torchbearer. They can reveal you for 2 seconds to everyone. And honestly, I myself, maybe I would not play at least killer in the new 2v8 because, as a killer main, it's pretty hard. I mean, when I started the game around a year and a half ago, I have around 1100 hours on this game, mostly as a killer player. And 2v8 one of the most, one of the funniest modes I have ever played. But at this point, with this amount of hand holding for survivors, I believe that it's not worth 30 minutes of co and waiting to just get demolished and punished by playing my role. I would play as survivors, of course, because it's free blood point. Honestly, it's free blood point. And behavior, just for the love of God, listen to your community. Revert some of these changes. It's PTB, it's not too late. Revert some of these changes. It's pretty bad. Or at least give us a new class for the killer. I mean, there are 5 classes for survivors, and now there are only 4 classes for killers. And not only that, you have just weakened them to the ground. I mean, okay, Fearmonger and Enforcer with their base ability, they were already weak, they were already useless. But now you have destroyed Brute to the ground. You have destroyed it. Long story short, I'm not going to play the 2v8, and I suggest the killer mains out there to not to play 2v8 as well, and play as survivor, because it's more fun, it's more beneficial, and you will have your mentality stable more than ever. Because, and also a short reference to the new content, I'm not going to buy any of the killers, any of the new killer or the survivors. They are just maybe survivors, because survivors are pretty strong now. They have some pretty decent perks. And the killer, I'm going to work on a new video on the killer actually because it's pretty, you know, I believe it's a misunderstood killer. It's not as strong at all, or not that as strong as people assume. But we'll get to it. And thank you.